Hello, everyone, and welcome to day 37's pre-market analysis. And today we'll be analyzing three markets. We'll be analyzing EURUSD, XAUUSD, and BTCUSD. So with EURUSD, if you haven't watched yesterday's analysis, I'll link it to this video so that you can watch it because I'll just go over what is currently happening with EURUSD. Okay, so with EURUSD, as we were anticipating yesterday, we was anticipating for price to break this, invalidate this high, or continue this bearish move. And price ended up invalidating the high. So we are still in our bullish bias. And our next area for price is uh this daily support or resistance. Okay. Yeah, so we are still in the bullish bias for Euro USD. Okay, so let's go to XAU USD. So on XAU USD, price is at its all-time high. All right. So the only thing we have, or the only thing we have right now on the chart is support or resistance in confluence with a demand. So we only have the buy side liquidity. All right. Which are these two important zones. So on the monthly time frame, the next area for price to get to is this monthly support or resistance, or this demand right here. Okay, so let's then break it down. Let's go to the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, also price is currently in a buy side liquidity. All right, we have this support or resistance here. We have the second one here. We have this one here. In confluence, we have a demand here, and we also have a demand here. But notice something. We all can see that all the support or resistances here has been used. Okay, so what price currently is using is this demand right here. Okay, and this demand also has been touched. All right, so the next probable demand area on the weekly time frame will be this next demand right here. So on the weekly time frame, we're anticipating for price to do what? To come to this demand next. So let's break it further down. Let's go to the daily time frame. And on the daily time frame, we could see that it's literally the same thing on the weekly time frame. Okay, we don't have anything clearer here. So let's go down to the 1 hour time frame. And let's see if we can get something. Okay, so on the 1 hour time frame, what is our current trend? Okay, on the 1 hour time frame, price is currently in a sell side liquidity. What do I mean by the sell side liquidity? A support or resistance in confluence with a supply. So we have this supply right here. This is the supply price is currently dancing in. Okay, and since we have this supply also in confluence with this supply, we could also use this as the sell side zone. Okay, but when price invalidates this high, we won't be looking for sells yet unless this supply is also invalidated. Okay, so currently we are in a sell side liquidity in this supply zone. So the bias for XAUUSD is still bearish unless this high has been invalidated and this supply has also been invalidated. If that happens, the next zone for price will be this support or resistance in confluence with this supply. As simple as that. Okay, so when we look further, we could see that the next demand for price on the 1 hour time frame is this demand right here. This demand has been untouched. So yes, if we are to invalidate this low, then the next area for price will be this demand. So that is the direction for XAU USD. Let's go to BTC USD. So on BTC USD on the monthly time frame, you could see the price is currently in a buy side liquidity. Okay, price broke the support or resistance, also broke the support or resistance, broke this one, and is currently in a demand zone on the monthly time frame. So the next area for price, if the bullish impulse is to come in, will be on the monthly time frame, will be this support right here. And this support has already been used. This support has also been used. So this supply right here will be the next area of interest. Why? Let me go over it again. When price touched this demand with this candlestick, price then retraced into this support or resistance, took out this support or resistance, took out this support or resistance, and finally used this support or resistance for the impulse back into the demand zone. So let's break this down further. Let's go to the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, also the next area for price when the bullish impulse is to come in will be this support or resistance level. Okay, and yes, that will be it on the weekly time frame. Let's go to the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, this low is now getting invalidated. This low, it still isn't It still hasn't been invalidated yet. When price got to it, it wigged it. And now, the next area of interest for price will be this support or resistance right here. If the bullish impulse is to come in from the daily time frame in confluence with this supply. When we look to our left side, we could also see on a bigger picture, since price is already in a monthly demand, the daily time frame also confirms it. It confirms that price is currently in a buy side liquidity. Okay, why? Let me show you why. This was a very low. After this high was created. Okay, this low got invalidated. Price closed underneath it. We got this low next. And price didn't invalidate this low. This low just got wicked, and the impulse did what? Came back. The impulse came in from this daily demand right here and took price all the way up to invalidating this high right here. Okay, so here the sell side liquidity got invalidated when we broke above it right here. Okay, so this then turned into a buy side liquidity. This area right here then turned into a buy side liquidity. Okay, so every support or resistance and demand here is a potential, has the potential to give an impulse to the upside. Okay, so we are currently sitting inside this daily demand. Let me see. Yes, we are currently sitting inside that daily demand. Where does this daily demand gets invalidated? When we break the low of the demand area, then this demand area gets invalidated. So we are currently inside a buy side liquidity on BTCUSD, currently sitting inside the demand zone. And also failing to break or invalidate low. Okay, so on the daily time frame, we have a high probability of price retracing into a supply zone to then decide if the sales will continue or the bulls will take over. So let's break it down on the 1 hour time frame. So on the 1 hour time frame, our last low here was this very low before it got invalidated. Okay, and this was its high right here, or it's still the high right here. Okay, so when it got invalidated, we created another one, which is this low. Okay, so now what does this mean? This means that the moment we invalidated this low, this area right here became a sell side liquidity. Okay, so now we are still in the sell side liquidity unless this high has been invalidated. If this high gets invalidated, then this zone then becomes our buy side liquidity. So on the 1 hour time frame, price is currently in the sell side liquidity. So what we should be expecting or anticipating on BTCUSD right now will be some more sells into this daily support or resistance, or back into the daily demand. Okay, so yeah, so that's actually it for BTCUSD. On BTCUSD we are bearish. On XAU, on Euro USD we are bullish, and on XA sorry and on XAUUSD we are also bearish. So that is it for today's pre-market analysis. I'll be anticipating for some sells on XAUUSD if we get a beautiful one, and also some buys on Euro USD if we get a beautiful setup. Thank you guys, and see you in the post-market breakdown.